this is the important way to fish the delta, in my opinion, is to get right up against shore like this. And then what happens is, say there's a bass, like literally, let's just say the shoreline had 100 bass in it, and every foot there's a bass tucked in. I mean, either way, or you could say there's just a few in here, but how do you know which hole has bass and which one doesn't, right? If you fish parallel like this, your bait crosses in front of every single possible ambush spot along the shore. You know what I'm saying? So instead of casting to individual pockets and then reeling outward, what you're doing is you're running in front of every pocket, right, and reeling sideways. So if there's something tucked in there, back there, you know, you get up here real close. You know, you've got to know your distance to the weed line or to any shore that might be real shallow coming out, so you don't bottom out, or adjust your trolling motor height. But fishing the delta, you really want to get up shallow like this when the weather warms up, and it's not you know, when they're on beds too, it helps, you can see them a little better when you're a little closer. But the key, in my opinion, though, is getting parallel to all the structure, and instead of fishing at the structure and bringing your lure out, you fish along the structure. And that's the natural way bait's gonna move anyways. Bait's gonna move up and down the delta, along the shoreline, along the weed edges, along the structure, right? The bait's not gonna go like this much, it's gonna be moving this way. So, you know what I mean? Doesn't it make more sense? And then if they're, let's say they're on the outside weed edge, then you just fish parallel on that outside weed edge, and you do the same thing. Instead of just getting a few feet of the strike zone, you're in the strike zone the whole time. The trick is when you have two people in the boat, how do you split the angles up correctly, right? Oh, yeah, for sure. Because the guy in the front, so if there's a bass hiding up here, I'm getting first cast at almost everything that's prime. Yeah. And the fall cast also helps too. I think it's just timing too. So if you cast, then I wait for you to go like halfway and then I'll cast over. Exactly. That's what I was saying, is we fish together a lot to where we've developed where we can fish like this. I can get up shallow with you in the back, and I can either I can keep the nose of the boat pointed slightly out so that I'm working the outside angle parallel, and then you have the inside angle parallel. And then let's say you're catching all the fish, and it's like, all right, time to switch a little bit, you know, I want to get in on the fun, or vice versa. I can just switch the boat position, and then that'll put me on the inside angle and you on the outside angle. So you can rotate, you know, you can have a chance at doing all kinds of different stuff. So for example, yeah, that's a good topic that you're gonna do. Oh yeah. So for example, right now I've got that outside lane, you've got the inside, right? If I want the inside lane, I'm gonna go like this, you know, I'll let you know, hey, I'm switching lanes, and I'm gonna put the front of the boat nosed a little bit towards shore like this, and put me right in line with this inside. That was a horrible cast, with this inside angle here, and that leaves you now to cast over my shoulder right over here. That leaves you the outside angle. Well, I'm moving a little fast. So this is more what I'm, well, that was a horrible cast too. But see, let me right now, so depending on wind and current, the back can get pushed towards shore a little bit, so I'll pop out and swing back in and correct it, you know, if I really want that inside angle. Or like you said, what we do, the other option too, is we do switching casts. So let's show them an example of that, Virgil. So I'm gonna get up here close where it's gonna make it hard, right, for you to cast over me or with me. And you can even step up a little closer. Remember, you can even come up here or down there if you want. The bigger the boat, the more front deck you have, you can actually get two guys on the front deck. One guy standing here on the trolling motor, the other guy back off to your side, and what we'll do is, so I'll cast first, take, let's say, this cast, reel it in, and then when I'm about halfway or past wherever he's going to be able to cast to, he's going to make a cast and bring his lure in right behind me. And then say I get mine in, then I'll wait for him for a few seconds and make my cast, right? And we're going one after another, and we're getting to share the same lane. So there's a couple different ways that you can fish the delta, hit the right angles, and still share, you know, share in on the fun, so to speak. Because that can be frustrating as the guy in the back of the boat when the guy in the front is catching all the dang fish. You know what I mean? Video on why I always fish a dock, and we'll try the jerk bait. You can fish it too if you want. Only one of us is going to catch a fish. There'll usually be one, maybe two. If you have openings and more areas to fish, you might catch more, but ramps are always good for a fish or two. So if you're in a tournament, you always want to stop and fish a ramp if you get a chance. They will always hold fish unless there's a boat that's launching or pulling out at the moment, you know. But if you have an open ramp like this, you stop and take a cast at it, because they'll sit up on each side of these docks right here, or the cement ramp comes down and then it drops off on each side, and the fish will come up here and they'll sit in ambush right off of the ramp. So a ramp is always a good spot to pull a fish out of. Now it's extremely windy. I need to get this jerk bait redialed in. Get a little closer so the wind affects me a little less, and let's see if we can pull a fish out of here real quick and then move on. So I'm gonna spot lock right here and then try to hit this corner of the ramp. Yep, see, right along the right, and then I'm gonna work it parallel, and then I'm gonna do the same thing on the left side. And if we're in a tournament and you need a fish really bad, hit these. They're hard to fish with two people, because usually there's going to be one or two good fish you can catch off of a ramp like this, and it's not got a lot of room for multiple people to fish it. If you get a big fish, you don't want to have someone else's line in the water right next to you either. Alright, now I'll do the same thing with the left side here. So we'll take and we'll cast to the left side, and we'll work the ramp right here. Go ahead and toss up there.
Oh, I was gonna try to skip it.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, got one. Told you guys, a ramp is always good for a fish or two. It's a decent one too. Oh, it's a striper. Look, but a ramp is always good for a fish or two. I'm telling you. Yeah, jerk bait right along the side. You can probably catch a couple more, but was just trying to show people, you know, the breakdown of ramp. You know, hit the right side, hit the left side, and fish it parallel to the drop-offs. So thanks for watching. Let's get this nice little striper off the hook and get back to catching some fish. So just gonna do a quick little video about how important breaking down and fishing ramps can be, and we'll hit a few more if I see any. So smash that subscribe and like. Thanks for watching Common Sense Fishing. Another little dink here. So I've got 3 dinks in that striper, but this is the first one you guys will have seen. I didn't bother recording my first 2 dinks, so that's fish number 4 for me today. It's been real tough out here, so let's see if we can capitalize and figure them out. Hold on. Got him? Here, hold on. You got him? Good job, dude. That's a 3.5. Yeah. All right. Finally. Right where he should have been. Yeah. Good job, dude.
Finally, man. That's good.
All right. What did you smack that one on? The Cinco?
Cinco, wacky.
Good job. Yeah. Bam. You got the size for today. Let's get some more.
Hell yeah.
Good job. Thanks for watching Common Sense Fishing.